Are you planning to be a doctor?
No. If I had to be a doctor, I would be in India. I wouldn't even want to marry a doctor, no.
No.
Too many doctors in my house, and they're just too nosy. Like, no. I actually was in medical college for a year, but then I was like, oh my god, I begged my father, I cannot live this life. Send me away from here. I want to come here. So my parents sent me here.
So like in India, internet is normal. Like TV and internet, is it like
TV is very normal. Internet is not very normal in every house.
Mhm.
You will not find Wi-Fi in every house. Probably 1 in 5 houses will have internet, or maybe not even that. Well, in big cities, yes, 1 in 5 houses, I must say. But in smaller cities, probably 1 in 10 houses might have Wi-Fi.
Oh, I forgot to ask, what city are you from?
I am from a capital city of a state which is in the northeastern side, and the state is called Bihar,
Mm-hmm.
and the city is called Patna.
Oh.
I
yeah.
can show you geographically where is it.
Yeah.
Northeast.
North.
We are very close to Tibet, China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. We can cross Chinese border in about less than 6 hours.
Have you gone?
No.
Is it hard to though?
Yes.
Yeah. They're really strict on it.
They are not so strict. They are just as corrupt as we are.
Oh.
But yeah, China and India has not had very good friendships. So Chinese people do not understand Hindi, and we do not understand Chinese. So
Well, even if you guys border, you guys don't like cross over.
No.
And oh.
no, I don't think so. We have anything common in between, even though we are like so close neighbors.
It's crazy.
Except for the cultural pragmatism, or you could sort say that cultural sentiments are the same.
Mm-hmm.
They treat women same way as we do. Women have a different role in the families. They also have it, and then there are a lot of cultural ways which are similar, but language and food and everything is different. Especially on the northeastern side, there is a thing that everybody in India, when they eat non-veg, they make sure that it's not made out of dogs because they eat dogs in northeast. We would like I had some medical. I was in northeastern medical school, so whenever there would be non-veg food in the canteen, in the cafeteria, people would make jokes like, "Oh, today we have dogs for dinner."
Wait, non-veg, non-vegetable?
Non-vegetable. Half the people are vegetarian, half the people are non-vegetarian.
That was gonna be my next question too. Like, what kind of food is like typical in the Indian diet? So half of India is usually vegetarian.
Yeah, you could call a lot of people are vegetarian, but I think mostly everybody is non-vegetarian. But in the name of non-vegetarian, you only get white meat. You
like
do
chicken.
not get red meat, except for if you're a Muslim. But even Muslims do not eat red meat so openly.
Oh, so it's religious purposes why the diet's that way.
Well, religious as well as it's just prohibited, and it's in people's minds that, oh, you cannot eat pork, you cannot eat beef. It's just like considered like oh my god, how could you eat that? That's just not eatable stuff.
Oh, like, do you eat it?
I have tried everything here,
Mhm.
but personally I do not like beef and pork. I do
Mhm.
not like the taste of it. I do not prefer it because it's hard, and it's not a very healthy thing. And red meat itself, because I belong to a medically aware family, so
Mhm.
I know the thing about eating red meat.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not prefer
Yeah.
the red meat.
So, what is your favorite dish from India?
Ah, don't even talk about it. A lot of things. Rice and roti is very common in India. Every
is
home.
roti?
Roti is a tortilla.
Oh.
The soft shell tortilla. That's what we call roti, and we make it out of wheat. Okay, talking about food, I have a lot to say. First of all, America do not know what real food is. Okay, I come from a culture where we we wash our wheat, we dry our wheat in our homes, and then our servants or somebody from the home would take the wheat to a nearest local mill.
And get rice
And
and
no,
flour.
then they make flour,
Oh.
fresh flour out of it, and it would also have the fiber,
Uh-huh.
and then bring it back home, warm wheat, and then make tortillas in home out of that. And we wash our own rice, and most of the families who have land and agricultural land,
Mhm.
they get all their wheat and their rices from their agricultural land, and then they grow it in their villages.
Most household have like a little garden or something.
No, not garden.
Oh.
You cannot grow so much of rice and wheat in a garden. It's like you majorly everybody buys it, but people have lands in India.
Mhm.
People have good family and then well-off families have agricultural land
Is it
in
connected to their
villages.
house? Oh, in villages.
In villages.
Oh.
which is far away from their homes, from their cities,
Mhm.
and it'd be like acres and acres of land where rice and wheat and barley and something would be growing.
So do you like for chicken? Do you buy chicken or do you guys have grow
Some
your own?
people have chicken in their villages, in their farmhouses, and some people buy. Majorly people buy.
Mhm.
Nowadays, everybody is like doing business out of it, so they leave their farms for their business purposes. But then if there are like village based households,
Yeah.
then they would normally grow everything, right from potato to beans to rice and wheat and everything they would grow.
So like in the Asian culture, or I don't know, like Vietnamese culture, like almost our meals have rice. So like, is there something that
Every time we have to have rice.
Yeah.
Rice normally, yeah, I think every time rice, dinner and lunch, and then even the roti, which is a
Mhm.
tortilla here. That's how you'll be able to recognize it. Roti is normally in, same way, lunch and dinner. It has to be there with one bowl of vegetable, with one bowl of non-vegetable if they prefer. Well, in my home, we would have non-vegetable stuff only once a month or twice a month because my parents did not prefer us eating so much of non-veg and so much of oily stuff and things. And Indian food is pretty oily, pretty greasy, except for vegetables, and we have spices in that too.
So do you like, cause your house come from a health area, they like are more aware of like the healthier food and what not to eat. But like the majority though, do they eat like more veggies or more meat?
More
or
my
what
my grandparent house, their cook
Mm-hmm.
do not know the idea of cooking food without putting too much oil. He would grease up the entire food and even vegetables with so much oil and cooking oil actually, and then that actually is not very healthy because that makes you heart patient and especially for old people. So my parents are always telling them do not put more oil, but they do not know that concept. So
Yeah.
they put a lot of oil, except as opposed to in my homes, our cook, they know how to make food with less oil.